is about 7:30 in the morning. Just got up. There's a bunch of birds that are just quacking and sitting in front or sitting on top of people's vehicles. It's kind of funny because that's how I woke up, the birds chirping, which is okay. Have no problem with that. But anyway, welcome to a wonderful day here on Pudding Fire. A couple things I want to show you today. I finished the battery box, so it's completed. Got it all done, it's fixed up, and it works great and have no issues out of it. I got everything put back the way I needed to, so I'll go over that with you. And then got a couple videos, nighttime video from like 2 nights ago, and a couple other things. So we'll go over that. You guys stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Y'all, here's the update on my batteries. I got them all connected, and I got my Harbor Freight charge controller hooked up down here, and I got them all hooked up. Got them hooked up in this Harbor Freight box that I got from Harbor Freight for 89 bucks. And then I got my gas re-hooked up. I've still got to button some things up and do some finals. I've got to get this ground fixed. I got to get all that fixed up down yonder way, and I'm about 80% done, and we'll have a little bit more. Got a new gas valve put on today, and that way I can use both tanks finally instead of just one. And that's what she looks like so far.
Alright, here's what the finished product looks like. I don't know if you guys remember, but if you go back to my first video of the intro of the rig, when I showed my rig off, this was actually right there, and there was one battery that's sitting right there. So what we did is the propane tanks fit in that tray where the batteries go. They fit in it perfect. So what we did was cut off the ends of the propane tank that sat here. We cut the ends off, the half moons, and we put it up from the bottom so they would hold there, and then we remounted the batteries right on the front of the tongue. So it actually worked out really well. And let me show you. And the lock works. The key actually works. So it don't have much room. As you can tell, the lock does not open all the way. It only opens about 3/4 of the way, but it's still enough to allow that to open. So I got 4 Canadian 6-volt batteries in here. And Ty, thank you very much. You are a great man. Well, let's not go that far. He's a good man. I don't know him that well to know if he's a great man. But anyway, so that's done. I got all my new wires and stuff hooked up, and got my charge controller in there, and everything runs out. Here's that other hole I was talking about before where I drilled it, and then I put a little bushing in here. And then on this side I got me a hose, which I probably need to find a bigger bushing to put in there so the metal doesn't scrape the wires and cut them. And then if you go back here, got my wires coming down. I got them zip tied. Of course, us rednecks love zip ties. And then I got them all wired up. Everything's run back to here. I got to put the cap back on. That's the last thing I got to do. Re-put the ground wire on. I might need to find something to cover that so it doesn't get all shorted out. And then I had to redo these. These are my levelers for my leveler, or the truck and trailer leveler, so the truck rides good. So it takes the weight and takes it off the tongue and puts it in the front of the truck and then puts it in the back of the trailer. But I didn't think these things were actually going to fit back on here, but they actually fit perfect. Now, if I take this off and open this up, it just fits. And I was super happy that this stuff was going back together like I wanted it to. So, I am a happy camper. Oh, and I drilled a hole here. I drilled 4 holes for my charge controller. I was going to mount that there. Well, when I found out how tall the batteries were, and I got the damn hiccups. When I found out how tall the damn batteries were, it wasn't going to work. So I got some black and turned them on tape and just put over the top of it so it doesn't leak.
We are sitting here by our campfire, and all of a sudden a boat is out on the Colorado River, and I'm going to zoom in on this, and it's bright as hell. These guys are out night fishing on this little something or another. Just thought it was kind of cool. Thought you might like to see.
Pontoon boat.
It does look like a pontoon boat.
Pontoon, that's it.
And the lights on there are freaking bright as shit.
We'll show the mountain how much it lights up the mountain.
This is what we're dealing with where we're parked at. This guy brought us down here, and he hit a dead end. And now he's having to turn half a house around in the middle of a turnabout. And we're helping him back down. Oh, can't see me. Tell me that ain't a sight.
Oh, get tight though. He's coming back. Am I just sliding off right there? Oh, into my friend. Go for it.
Wow.
Nice job, brother.
That was good. A little excitement in camp.
What'd you think of that?
That was good. A little excitement in camp.
Oh, hell yeah.
Saw him coming and was like, oh, this is going to be interesting.
Been a mass murder in the desert. That poor stuffed animal was just murdered by 2 mastiffs.
Time of its life.
Are they gonna kill it some more? They're fighting over it.
Go get it, Rocco. It is just a beautiful morning. It's about 8:10. We're all going to be separating here in the next couple of days, and we're going to be going our own way. Ty in the big trailer's got to go back to Canada, so his time is up here, so he's got to go back up for 6 months, and then everybody else has got to go to their job. So I'm going to get a week with my son by myself. Anyway, what I was saying, everybody's got to go to their jobs, and so I get to spend a week with my son by myself, and hope he's not going to be too upset because everybody's got to go do what they got to do. Mick and Colleen just showed up last night, and then Kevin's taking off. I think he's taking off today. Today's Saturday. And then Mike in the white van, he is going to be going to Louisiana. And then I don't know where Butterfly's going. She hasn't said anything. She's in the red car in the red tent behind him. And then David, which is in the Class A, on the front side. You can see the Class A like right here. I don't know where he's going either. I think he said he has to go back to California and finish up some business. And then Ty's going to Canada, and myself, I'm going up to see my son.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.